We're here at the multiplayer demo for Lost Planet 2 at Capcom, and we are talking to
Shawn Baxter, I'm the community specialist here at Capcom.
What are you showing off today?
So we're showing off for the first time in North America the multiplayer of Lost Planet 2. So we got some pretty big, epic 16-player battles going on here.
How many maps are you showing off, and how many maps will be in the final game?
So we're showing off 4 maps today, and there's going to be a lot more in the final game. So we don't have the exact number just yet, but you won't be disappointed.
What are the map types that you're showing off, and do we have any maps that are from the previous game?
Definitely. Some of the maps that we have today, I mean, you're going to see the same variety that we've been showing off in the campaign. I mean, the campaign's got deserts, jungles, underwater areas, just everything you can imagine. All of that transitions into the multiplayer where we have just about every environment you can imagine. And we are, of course, listening to some of the fans here. And one of the fan favorites, I'm proud to say one of my favorites, Pirate Fortress, is now in the game. So we've taken what was great about Pirate Fortress from Lost Planet 1 and revamped it. There's now more destructible environments. There's a little hut you can get into that's literally fully destructible, and you won't know it until it's already blowing up. As well as with our new MT Framework engine, we're allowed to do, we have so much more to work with. So now we have, grass that's frosted, and, it blows in the, explosion effects and so on.
What vehicles do you have? I noticed you have stuff like mechs. Can you name them all? It's a pop quiz.
Oh man, there are dozens. And yes, I could name them all, but you would be here for a while.
Nice.
There's a lot of the vital suits. You've seen a lot of them. We're showing off a bunch of new ones in these new maps, but there's all the returning ones. We didn't want to leave anything out of Lost Planet 2, so we brought back them all, as well as adding on dozens more. So something brand new that we're doing is introducing new moves to all of these, vehicles, these vital suits. So aside from that, there's also a new type, a new class of them altogether. It's a mix of the Acrid enemies and the vital suit parts, and you can take control of those. And you've seen how big the Acrid are in this game. They're massive, the size of skyscrapers. Imagine having that with guns all over it, where you can fit your entire team on it and trump into the next base. They'll never know what hit them. You just go in there and you have guns blazing, your entire team on one mech.
I noticed there's water in the game. I was in the water briefly and then I got out, but I've heard you can die in that. Well, what's the deal with the water?
Oh, the water, you actually can't die. So, it's a pretty simple, reason for that too. We wanted people to explore these maps, and there's literally a map that's entirely underwater. When you're underwater, you actually have the ability to swim too. And aside from that, we've taken the combat overall and just expanded it. So you have VSs that turn into submarines, or they work as little mini transports, under the water. Aside from that, a lot of these vital suits, like you're seeing today, they can go from water to land or vice versa. So their entire mechanic will change up depending on how you're using them and where.
What is the most powerful weapon, and what's your most favorite? It could be the same one.
There's not necessarily a most powerful weapon. One of my favorite weapons is one of the shotguns you'll unlock later on, and basically, let's just say it shoots confetti, but it does some awesome stuff. So the weapons overall, when you're playing this game, you're going to be unlocking all sorts of things for your character. You're going to be changing the way you look. You're going to be tweaking all your weapon categories, everything, your abilities, nicknames, the emotes that you have. You can do taunts, you can jump up and down, dance on the guy you just killed, whatever you want. There's hundreds of them. So all of that's customizable on the fly. So if you do have a favorite gun or something like that, or if you like my favorite, you can simply go into that menu in the lobby, on the fly, pop it open, change your layout, and then go back to the game.
Is it inverted or not right away?
It's default not inverted, but I will tell you right now, I'm an inverted gamer.
Same here.
Yeah, so I go in and I actually tweak the controls. The controls overall are so customizable. So, of course, we let you customize your character, to a T, the exact way you want it. But we also took that further and put it into the controls as well. So something that I play with, and there's a bounding box in the game where default, when you move, it moves the entire screen when you move the cursor. However, the way I like to play is there's a little bounding box in the center of the screen, and when you move it, it actually doesn't move the entire screen until it hits the edge of that box. And when it does, then it moves. So it makes say, no-scoping with the sniper rifle a lot easier. I mean, you have the ability to be so much more precise with that if you learn to use it.
Speaking about customizing your character, can you level up over the course of the game?
Definitely. There's actually going to be a few different ways, and some we haven't talked about yet, as far as leveling up your character. Both, you have a character that you're going to be customizing and taking with you through the campaign and the online. So you have a few different ways to expand upon your character. And yes, those various areas do have unlocks and awards for doing that. So taking it online, you won't be able to see everything. And if you only play the campaign, you won't see everything until you go online. And so you'll have the guys who spend a little bit more time and dive into the depth. They're going to have weapons that you've never even seen before.
For fans who are excited about the previous games maps coming back, what's the standout one or standout ones in your mind?
So the two that we're bringing back that we've announced is Pirate Fortress, which that is the most popular map in Lost Planet 1. It is by far one of the most played from our stats and one of the most talked about on our community. I mean, we've been listening to our community all along, so this one was a no-brainer. Then the other one is going to be Island 902, and we're calling the new one Return to Island. It's these little islands that you can battle on, and so it made it in Lost Planet 1 for some pretty, heated pockets of battle going on these little islands. But now with the swimming mechanic and underwater combat, your transition into the water is no longer just running into the water and hiding. It's you running into another battle scene. So when you have submarines and torpedoes and everything else whizzing by your head, it completely changes the way this map is played.
Wow, sounds pretty intense. Okay, that's everything live from Capcom. And when's the game come out?
It's going to be out on 360 and PS3 on May 11th.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Thank you.